Good morning and welcome back to AM Live. I am here this morning with David Foyil from the Attorney of Law. He's an attorney of law from the David Foyil.
Actually, Equal Justice Law Group is the name of our
Equal
firm.
Justice Law Group. And we have
Kevin McCann.
Kevin McCann. And they're here to talk to us about the law office and what you have going on over there and what people can if they have any questions. So tell us what the primary practice covers in your group.
Our primary focus in terms of what we look for are people that are in financial distress and how we can help get them back on their feet financially. We also market family law services to the public. But in the Foothill community, a practice like ours often is much more general too, because being here as long as we have been, a lot of times we have clients that have come in years ago for some issue, and then something new may pop up that we don't necessarily look for, but they need help with, so they'll come back for maybe just a review of a contract or a legal question about their business or anything very basic, basically, in terms of just what they may need help with. So that's not what we focus on, but we do a lot of different things.
How long have you been in practice for now?
Just over 19 years.
In Sutter Creek?
Actually, I grew up in Amador County. I was born here. Went to school here, Amador High, and as soon as I graduated law school, started my practice here. We started in Jackson, and we've been in Sutter Creek, I think, about 8 or 9 years now.
That's great. So, most people don't understand if they go through some type of financial distress. They get panicked and they don't know what to do and they don't know where to go and they get online. But locally here in the community, if you have some type of question, it's you have a great resource. You can call the office and make an appointment and come talk to you, because it takes a lot of burden off when you talk to somebody professionally. And
it really does. A lot of the feedback that we get is even if it's something very simple, there's a lot of misinformation when people are called or they're being harassed by a creditor or a collection agency. Often the information they're getting on the phone is false. There may be some manipulation going on, and so a lot of times it can just simply be dispelled by some good sound advice and making sure that they understand what can and can't be done to assist them, or what can and can't be done by somebody who's really challenging them. So we try to offer all of the alternatives that are available to them. Sometimes it may mean a bankruptcy. That is a last resort. We look at whether or not it makes sense to try to negotiate something with a creditor to come to some resolution. We look at whether or not there may be tax consequences as a result of that. In some cases, it may make sense for somebody really not to do anything because the person that is challenging them, or the creditor, may not really have any legal resources or recourse against them anyway. So basically just bringing them in, it's a free consultation. We educate them so that they know where they stand and what options are available to get back on track. That's our focus, is to make sure people get back on track and move forward with their lives successfully.
Yeah, that's so important, especially when you have creditors calling you and you're not sure what to do. And of course, if you are in financial distress and you don't know how you're going to be able to afford to do anything, I mean, there's always options.
There are. Virtually every time we talk to somebody, it's very, very rare that a person comes in and really has no option. It just simply doesn't happen. There's something that can be done.
And there's nothing shameful of that. I mean, sometimes people take the wrong turns in their life financially, and things like that happen. So, I mean, it's...
Well, and often it's not necessarily a wrong turn. What we see a lot of times, especially up here in the Foothill community, are financial distresses that result from job downsizing, things people really didn't plan or anticipate. A lot of times it's people that have had medical problems, severe medical problems. They can't work. They have enormous bills. They didn't have insurance. And it's something that was completely out of their control for the most part. And so it just is something that is very distressing. They're very emotional. And what we try to do is ensure that we can relieve them of that problem so that they can restructure what they need to restructure, have a family life again. Yeah. Kevin, we didn't really talk about
Kevin, tell us what you do.
Well, I actually am the contact person that most all the new clients will contact and talk to. So the way I came to work with David is I also am an employee, but not only an employee, but a client. And it worked well for me, and we struck up a friendship, and sometime later I now work for him. And so all the new clients that call in, they actually will chat with me. I will get them their initial consultation, which is always free. So, and a lot of people are afraid to make that call because they're afraid of how much it's going to cost. The initial consultation is free. Come in, sit down. I'll schedule an appointment with David, and then David could sit you down and give you all the advice and all the information you're going to need to make your decisions from there on out.
See, that's right there. That's worth it. And you're local, and people trust people locally and in the community, and you're trying to help people that are completely faced with the toughest thing that they have to deal with in their life. Yeah, it is overwhelming. And then knowing that you have dealt with it and you've been there, that's reassuring. So that's good to. So tell us what probate is.
Probate is a process where, after a person has passed away, the court has to supervise the distribution of their assets, ensure that their creditors are paid, and basically it's admitting a will to the court and ensuring that the terms of the will are properly administered. It is a fairly expensive process and a time-consuming process and a very public process, and so it's something that people should try to avoid if possible. There are tools that are available in order to do that if people plan ahead.
Which leads me to that living trust that we were talking about, that it's very important to have one of those when.
It is in most cases. Not everybody needs a living trust, so again, that's an issue where some good advice is helpful because it is a tool that's used to avoid probate. But estates basically that are less than $150,000 in general, people probably really don't need a living trust. A simple will suffice, and that can be administered outside of the probate court. That $150,000 limit is sometimes confusing to people because it's based upon the gross value of a person's estate, not taking into consideration their debts. So basically, if anybody owns a house, they probably need a living trust to avoid probate.
Yeah, you have a lot of information. So do you have a website that we can go to?
It's equaljusticelawgroup.com.
Okay, and the phone number for you is?
223-5363.
Thank you, David. We appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. It was nice seeing you.
Only on cable, only on TSPN and the World Wide Web at tspntv.com.